Hi, welcome to Lasso tools. Photoshop has three variations of lasso tools which we can work with. The first tool is called the standard lasso tool. You can simply drag around the object and create a freeform selection. The first ever selection which you create is called a new selection, after which you can keep contributing and adding to your selected area by choosing the Add to Selection or option. By choosing the Add to Selection option. In order to close a selection, you can either double click at your starting point in order to close it, or you could simply double click and close your selection. In order to close your selection, you can either double click or you could also return to your beginning point in order to close the selection. In case you have selected area beyond your requirement, you can use the Subtract to Selection option in order to eliminate that area from your selection. Click on Add to Selection and select this area because it is not incorporated within the selection. You can keep working on your drawing and tweaking it in order to increase or decrease the selected area as per your requirement. Selection is a very natural process which with practice gets more and more refined. In order to deselect, you can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl and D. Polygonal Lasso tool. The next tool in the lasso flyout is called the Polygonal Lasso tool. The Polygonal Lasso tool enables you to select by using straight lines. This selection is more controlled because you can keep clicking and adding to the selected area as per your requirement. In order to close the selection, you could again double click at any point so that it will draw a selection. In order to close the selection, you can either double click at the current point or you could go back to where you began and close your selection. Lasso tool is a more controlled method of selection. Again, you could keep tweaking and adding or subtracting from the selected area. First ever selection is called a new selection, and then you have Add to Selection. If you notice, this selection is far more refined as compared to the lasso tool which we tried a little while ago. If you notice, this selection is far more refined as compared to the lasso tool which we just tried. Subtract from selection in order to eliminate any area which needs to be excluded from your current selection. Ctrl D in order to deselect. The last tool in the lasso flyout is called the Magnetic Lasso tool. Now the Magnetic Lasso tool is very different from the first two tools which we have observed in the lasso category. The Magnetic Lasso tool enables you to select with the help of differentiating between contrasting color ranges. When you move over an area, it detects the edges of contrasting colors and enables you to select. You could also exercise further control on this tool by clicking in order to drop nodes and add to your area of selection. Suppose you select areas which need not be selected, you could simply use the backspace key to go backwards and undo the area and again begin selecting. Zoom helps in order to